A very good afternoon to my dear panels, Dr. Chang Sia Yi and Dr. Rus Farayan and Dr. Muhammad Edi Rozi. I am Divaga Tanabalia from Faculty of Manufacturing Engineering. Matrix number B0517100086. I would like to thank my supervisor Dr. Saleha binti Musafa to help me all through this PSM on. My title for Bachelor Degree Project 1 is Mechanical Performance of Sugar Palm Fiber Reinforced Vinyl is the Composite. Now, let's go to the introduction. What is natural fiber? Natural fiber has a variety of uses as reinforcement, especially in composite material industry. Sugar palm has been one of the famous natural fiber. This sugar palm mostly can find around 4 places in Southeast Asia, which is Indonesia, Malaysia, Sabah, Negeri Sembilan, and Pahang. Natural fibers with reinforced composite can help to overcome the global warming. Sugar palm fiber has comparably properties with other natural fiber, but generally it has a desired properties such as mechanical properties, physical properties, tensile properties, flexural properties, and impact properties. Now we are going to talk about the problem statement here. First of all, the issue of global warming and environment pollution are being addressed by many researchers. Natural fiber reinforced polymer composite or green composite could help to solve these problems. These waste from the sugar palm trees are feasible to be used as fibers and fillers in polymeric composites. Fabrication of composite using long fiber at a high amount of fiber content is not easy to do. The mechanical properties of the composite is directly depending on the amount of fiber fraction as indicated by role of mixtures, in which the higher amount of fiber used, the stronger the composite can be. This study will focus on the effect of the fiber onto the properties of the composite and how the failure occurs, and this understanding can be utilized to produce a strong and better composite particularly in effort to incorporation natural fiber as a way to combat environmental issue. Now, the main objective of this study to study the effect of the fiber loading onto the physical properties of the treated sugar palm fiber reinforced polymer composite. To evaluate the effect of the fiber loading on the treated sugar palm fiber reinforced polymer composite. To correlate the influence of the fiber loading on the fracture behavior of the treated sugar palm fiber reinforced polymer composite. The project scope. This is the main scope for this study. The natural fiber will be alkaline treated and embedded in explosive resin using hand lay up process. The composite will be prepared at a different fiber loading, for example 10%, 20% and 30% weightage. The composite then will be characterized physically, which is density measurement, and mechanical, which is tensile testing, and their fracture behavior will observe under the scanning electron microscope in order to evaluate the influence of the fiber loading onto the composite characteristics. Now we are going to the second chapter of the project, which is literature review. Natural fiber. For past several years, composite industries are mostly using synthetic fiber in their production. The environmental and ecological issue and health effects related with these fibers drove the expanding use of natural fibers as another option. Characteristics of man-made are usually low density and reduced cost, non-abrasive nature to machine, and also high filling levels possible. Then the second thing is characteristic of sugar palm fiber reinforced vinyl is the composite. Sugar palm fiber can be considered as a social and tough fiber since it has been utilized as a roofing material which can be resist as a tropical atmospheric condition, and it is known as a seawater safe fiber. There is a chance to enhance the application and the use of sugar palm fiber by creating natural fiber composite with vinyl ester. Now The third one is sugar palm fiber in Malaysia. Malaysia is one of the tropical nations that have selected resources of natural fiber. One of those generous natural fiber discovered in Malaysia is sugar palm fiber, which also known as ijuk fiber. This fiber used for make a sweepers, brushes and rope. Now, manufacturing of sugar palm fiber reinforced vinyl is the composite. Chemical treatments were done to the fiber with a specific end goal to enhance its interfacial properties. Utilize alkali as a chemical treatment technique and sodium hydroxide. The matrix that used as a part of this research is vinyl ester, which is known as VE. The matrix has been formed by mix the VE together with the hardener based on the weight percentage. The composite had been left for 20 to 24 hours for curing process in room temperature of 25 to 30 degree Celsius till it dried equivalently. The sample were ready for the testing. Now we are look at methodology. The methodology will focus on the procedures during these projects. First of all, start, which is prepare the sugar palm fiber from Java Island, Indonesia, Bahau, Negeri Sembilan, Benta, Pahang, and Tawau, Sabah. Then the matrix here we are used for this project is alkaline and VE. First of all, we have to do alkaline treatment for the sugar palm fiber for the 30 days. Then there are two steps will be separated. First of all, physical and tensile properties testing and chemical composition and morphology analysis for untreated single sugar palm fiber. And another one is physical, tensile, flexural properties testing and impact test for the untreated of sugar palm fiber with vanillin ester composite. Then the first one, prepare the alkaline treated single sugar palm fiber. Then physical and tensile properties testing, chemical composition and morphology analysis for the alkaline treated single sugar palm fiber. Then the second one for prepare the alkaline treated single sugar palm fiber and physical, tensile, flexural properties testing and the impact test of the alkaline treated of sugar palm fiber with vanillin ester composition. Composites. Now, the specimen test for the properties. Each composite was cut into test sample which need to use for each type of test. The dimension of the sample used to carry out the test were adopted from ASTM D790-10 for the flexural test and ASTM D3379 for the tensile test. The entire test was carried out for untreated and alkali treated sugar palm fiber reinforced composite. The last physical property we measure is moisture content. The fiber was placed in the room temperature 27 to 29 degrees Celsius with 65% relatively humidity of air for 24 hours before weight. The samples were weighed as MO before being immersed in fresh water for 24 hours at room temperature. After 24 hours of immersion, the samples were then weighted again. Now we are going to see about the chemical composition. The chemical composition is also a factor that affects the characteristic of natural fiber. It consists cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin and hash. The age of the three influence the chemical. The chemical composition was analyzed by using neutral detergent fiber NDF and acid detergent fiber ADF. Now tensile properties and fractional tests. Tensile test conducted by universal testing machine according to ASTM D3379. The gauge length of the each sugar palm fiber sample was 15 mm with a crosshead speed of 1 mm means with a 5 kN load cell. Each alkali treated and untreated sugar palm single fibers were undergoing the test. According to the ASTM D790 10 specification, the fractional was also performed using universal testing machine. The capacity load is 5 kN with a crosshead speed 2 mm per minute. The test specimen will be done in the room temperature of 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. Finally, surface morphological analysis. Scanning electron microscope (SEM) was used to analyze the surface of the fibers and fractious composites. It is an important process for characterizing the structural changes of the fiber after treatment and its interfacial adhesion behavior in the composites. The SM analysis was performed using analytical scanning electron microscope. That's all. Thank you very much to all the panels